Hare Krishna. I'll be speaking about Sri Madhvacharya Samadhi. Sri Madhvacharya appeared in 1238 AD near Udupi, Karnataka in South India. He was considered an incarnation of Vayu, that is wind god. He had an unusually strong physique and extraordinarily intellectual power. Once a fierce Bengali tiger attacked Madhvacharya's sannyasa disciple Satyatirtha. Madhvacharya wrestled the tiger and sent him away with his tail between his legs. Madhvacharya took Diksha at age 5, sannyasa at 12, and left home. He appeared with a mission to fight and defeat Shankara Madhava's, that is impersonal philosophy. Shankara's Mayavada, that is impersonal philosophy. By giving a pure interpretation of Vedanta Sutra, he promoted pure theism. He named his innovative Shastric explanation Dvaita Dvaitavada, that is pure dualism. After Shankaracharya, who had previously toured India spreading impersonalism, Madhvacharya also travelled the length and breadth of India preaching personal theism and devotion to Lord Vishnu. He defeated innumerable Jains, Buddhists, Mayavadis, atheists, logicians, and agnostics. With the hope of meeting Srila Vyasdev himself, Madhvacharya walked up the Himalayas. Vyasdev gave him a Shalagram Shila called Ashtamurti, approved his Bhagavad Gita commentary, and blessed Madhvacharya with deeper realizations of the Shastras. In Udupi, Madhvacharya installed a beautiful deity of Gopal standing alone holding a cowherding stick. This deity manifested from within a chunk of Gopi Chandan, that is sacred clay. He established 8 mats, that is temples, to lovingly serve Udupi Krishna. The sannyasi leaders of each mat worshipped the Krishna deity with a rigorous regimen of ceremonial ritual punctuality and impeccable personal conduct. Every Ekadashi, they observed Nirjala, that is total fast from all food and water. The Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya originates with the Madhvas. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his followers thoroughly studied Madhva's books before compiling their philosophy. For the Sat Sandarbhas, Sri Jeev Goswami drew heavily from Madhva's writings. Jeev Goswami found that Gaudiya philosophy of Achintya Bheda Abheda Tattva in Madhva's Bhagavad Parya. Sri Chaitanya himself visited Udupi, the seat of Madhva's sect. The Lord introduced Harinam Sankirtan into their sect. The Madhvas and Gaudiyas share many of the same philosophical points. Both consider it necessary to surrender to the lotus feet of the Guru, that is Gurupadashraya. In Shutra Bhasya, Madhvacharya cites the Brihat Tantra and Mahasamhita to show that a disciple may reject a bogus guru who proves to be useless. He may then accept another qualified, self-realized person as his guru. In Prameya Ratnavali, Sri Baldev Vidyabhushan summarized the 9 principles common to both Sri Chaitanya's and Madhva's teachings. In Vaishnav Siddhant Mala, Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur says Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered all Gaudiya Vaishnavas to carefully observe the 9 instructions of truth given by Sri Madhvacharya through our Guru Parampara. Sri Madhvacharya's 9 teachings. 1. Bhagwan Shri Krishna alone is the supreme absolute truth, one without a second. 2. He is the object of knowledge in all the Vedas. 3. The universe is real, Satya. 4. The differences between Ishwar, God, Jiva, soul, and matter are real. 5. Jeev souls are by nature the servants of the Supreme Lord Hari. 6. There are 2 categories of Jivas, liberated and illusioned. 7. Liberation, that is moksha, means attaining the lotus feet of Bhagwan Krishna. In other words, entering an eternal relationship of service to the Supreme Lord. 8. Pure devotional service to Krishna is the only way to attain this liberation. 9. The truth may be known by pratyaksha, that is direct perception, anuman, that is inference or logic, shabda, that is spiritual sound or Vedic authority. Sri Madhvacharya serves as Madhvi Gopi in Radha Govinda's eternal Vrindavan pleasure pastimes. Thank you. Hare Krishna.